All right. Possible somebody step.
LT, so I see you back at Chargers camp having a nice conversation with the GM, just like old times, isn't it?
Yeah, just like old times. But you know, Tom is a terrific football mind, and I really enjoy talking to him. I get great insight from what he's thinking and the direction that he wants this team to go in. And he's done a terrific job only in his second year so far.
You know Philip Rivers well, and I know he didn't like it when people said that he needed fixing. In your opinion, what is the single biggest reason that Philip had some success last season?
Well, I think the understanding of what Ken Wisenhunt wanted to do with the offense in terms of more short passing, more efficient short passing, and you know, that allowed Philip to get the ball out of his hands where he didn't have to hold it all the time trying to throw the football down the field. And they mixed it up a lot more. They involved the running game a lot more. And I think all those things translate to a more successful Philip Rivers.
You mentioned that the addition of Donald Brown makes this running back group, along with Danny Woodhead and Ryan Mathews, a three-headed monster. How do they complement each other? I think
they complement each other in a perfect way. And this was something that was done, when you think about it, it was strategically done when you think about bringing Donald Brown in, because Donald is really, he's a mix between both Ryan Mathews and Danny Woodhead. You know, Ryan Mathews, we know he's the identity setter. He's a physical downhill runner, and he really sets the tempo for the offense. Danny Woodhead is a guy that's he's a matchup nightmare. You know, it's hard for defenses to cover the guy. For one, you can't see him in the backfield. And the second thing is he's so quick coming out the backfield, running routes on those wide receivers. And then you bring in Donald Brown, who can do both of them. You know, Donald can run the ball between the tackles. He has the speed to take it the distance, but also he's a great screen runner, and he can block. And so I love the way all three of these guys complement each other.
Last year, you identified offensive line as the biggest need for the Chargers going into the season. What did you see it for this season? How do you think the Chargers have addressed it?
I think they've done a terrific job. I think they finished top fourth for sacks. That means they didn't give up many sacks. You know, I think the guys like DJ Fluker, you know, is really coming to his own. You always need a guy like Nick Harwick, the center, to anchor that offensive line. But that group has come together very nicely. And I think they're going to continue to protect Philip Rivers, especially with some of the things that they're doing on offense. You know, they're helping with the run game. I mean, Ryan Mathews had, over 1,200 yards last year. So that offensive line did their job.
Jason, your thoughts on Jason Verrett?
I think, you know, Jason...
No TCU bias there, of course.
Yeah, no, I think Jason adds depth to that secondary. And you think about it, it's exactly what they needed, because every offseason you're trying to figure out, as an organization, as a staff, how are we going to beat the champions of that division? And in this case, it's the Denver Broncos. Well, you have to cover those guys, and you have to put pressure on Peyton Manning. The Chargers can score with Denver, but it's hard. It was hard for them to stop them last year. Now you add, you know, Jason Verrett. You bring in Brandon Flowers. You also add another pass rushing rookie, Jerry Atachu. I like what they're doing. I think they are stacking up well against what Denver will be trying to do, and it's going to be a battle.
There are people, two quick things. There are people that thought that their season was a fluke. Why do you think this team is legit again for this season? Well,
I think they have the perfect mix of veteran guys and young talent. They have the right coach who has made it clear the way he wants to play. They have a great GM that has a great mind and have an understanding of what the coach wants from his players, and he goes out and puts the team together. And so from top to bottom, they're getting the support obviously from the president, Dean Spanos, but from top to bottom, this team is built the right way. That's why they will continue to compete for AFC West championship.
Last thing. Now, my understanding is you're doing this show with Sean Merriman and Lorenzo Neal. How on earth are you getting a word in edgewise with those two?
It's hard, you know, but it's a good thing that we have slotted talking times, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't get a word in. You know, but the great thing for me, usually since I'm out in the field, I get to go first. Okay. And so I can make my points, and then Lorenzo and Sean go.
Thanks, LT.
Absolutely,
Pleasure.
Marty.